Namaskar, everyone. Welcome back to another live with an awesome guest. So, if you're joining for the first time, welcome to my channel. And if you don't know what's this channel about, just a quick background. My name is Aditya. I'm an investor, real estate investor, and realtor. And on this channel, I talk a lot about financial freedom, how you can achieve financial freedom through real estate, because that's what real estate got me, financial freedom through investing and also through sales. So, without too much BS on my side, because that, anyways, I'll do every day. So today I'm gonna talk about an awesome guest because this guy is amazing. Because whenever I open my Instagram, the first face I see is this guy. Absolutely, I've been obsessively following him for like last 6 7 months, who is doing amazing with the sales and also an investor, also like with a humble background like me, coming from as an immigrant from India, um, and doing a lot of big things like have a huge team, real estate team of 15 agents, and doing land developments, investing in real estate, and educating just like me actually on a higher scale, a lot more pumping content every day on Instagram, TikTok, now onto YouTube. So there is a lot to learn from this guy. So first of all, Mandeep, thank you so much for your time, man. I really appreciate for being here. Not only me, my audience is gonna enjoy, learn a lot about from you. So thank you.
Thank you, Ditya. I don't have any words to say now. It was such a fabulous introduction and so crisp and clear. This shows your experience on going live. Remember, I was just a bit hesitant about going live before, but I hope it'll be a nice experience, interacting with your audience, with you, and get to know about you, me. We'll love to share all of our experiences to
Yep.
everyone and let them grow, build their wealth and real estate. That is the whole story. That's why we are here. So, thank you again. Thanks.
Yeah, that's a goal, right? One thing, guys, if you're joining, don't hesitate to comment below. What's your name? Where you're joining live from? Because this live, like Mandip mentioned, is about you. How you can build your portfolio, how we can help you to grow. How you can achieve financial freedom using real estate as a vehicle. So please don't hesitate. Any questions you have while I'm gonna ask Mandip a lot of questions, because I feel like he's the guy who is like my next level. I want to get to that level, so where this is my selfish interviews that I do, where I can learn from guys who are doing it and crushing it at the next level. So at the same time, you get this opportunity very rarely talking to someone who is doing bigger things. So make sure, ask any questions that has been in your mind that is bothering you to take the next step, because it could be small question or silly questions, but don't hesitate to ask, because that's the only way you can grow, you can have what you want for you and for your family. So without any further ado, I'll start asking questions, and also we'll take your questions, so don't hesitate to put in while I'm asking Mandip my questions. So brother, without any ado, I'm excited to learn more about you, because we never talked, but I've been following
Yes.
rigorously. Where I haven't seen any videos about you. Who are you? Where do you came from, and how did you landed into real estate?
So let's start like once upon a time. So I
Yeah.
heard about Canada. Like let's start dig deeper into that. So my cousin called me. He explained me their like federal skilled category program opened in Canada. It's in very new, and it's an opportunity for me. What like I'm more of a action taker person. I heard
Mhm.
and I like at that time itself I believed that story. I
When
took
was
the
this?
action. It was way back. I'll come back to that, right? So it's all secret now. So it's
Okay.
so then I took an action within I think 9 months. We landed here.
Mhm.
Uh, it's always everybody's very ambitious. It's like a dream country for so many people because social media was not that popular at that time, but
Yeah.
still
Mhm.
I would say Facebook. I started from Orkut at that time. I don't know if you remember or not. So like we used to see
Yep, I remember
other
Arkud.
people. Yeah, we used to see people's pictures, videos. And it was motivating. No, it's like a different dreamland coming from India. And
Yeah.
then definitely when we came, it's a lot of we came with a baggage with a lot of dreams in mind. When we landed here, we took a like around 13,000 debt. because you have to
Wow.
prove to immigration, that like
Yeah,
you can
yeah, yeah,
qualify, you can sustain here.
yeah.
And it's all, I would say my excitement faded like around within 1 week,
Hmm.
because it's when you are a new immigrant here, what I struggled with is everybody asks like, you don't have any experience, you don't have
Yeah,
any Canadian
yeah,
experience. It's okay, you
yeah,
have Indian experience, but you don't have any relevant experience. No, though,
yeah.
even though you are more qualified, that's what I struggled with. So I started with, I remember the first job I took like was working in a night shift. It's very close to our
Wow.
office.
Yeah.
If you visit our office, it's just backside of it. Now we have a more than 5,000 square foot office close to that. So I still remember that beginning. It was a night shift. I walked to that, and I was excited to get that $50, and I was converting to Indian currency. I like, oh man,
Wow.
that's like it's a good. No, it's everybody's dream. When you're new
Yeah,
here, you always try to convert everything,
yeah.
and
Especially the first 2 years.
that's yeah. So even like French vanilla was a luxury for us. Like, oh man, it's very cheap, like a $1 or something. You can have that. Like coffee was a luxury. So this is how started, and then I worked in factories.
It's funny you mentioned French vanilla. That's,
Yeah,
I think most of the Indians who come, in the first year, they're going to have that 90% of the people. And I used to have.
you start from the chocolate, hot chocolate, and then you move to French vanilla. After some time, you're done. Okay, man, it's too much sugar. It's not for us. It's so
Sorry
that's
to interrupt you. And
yeah,
that's a good reminder, where we
yeah.
came
So
from.
yeah, so this is, I think it's everyone story, each of one of us when we start. This is all,
Yeah.
it's a humble beginning for us, and then you struggle. Initial days, I remember I was working 12-hour shift and wearing those heavy shoes, and it's like I was working in a nut factory. They want to retain me. After 2 weeks, I just changed it. I think it's not for me. On weekends, I used to work in restaurants and cleaning the mob and all those things. And I remember one of the restaurant which I was working with, those guys even not didn't pay me. Also, they said, "Okay, you're not qualified to like clean those utensils." Oh my God, that's
Oh.
the reason they gave. So
That's when
I think it's
like, do really need a qualification to clean? Don't I just need hands?
yes, that's and I remember in the night I used to clean toilets. I was like cleaning restaurants. We had even a child care where we used to work in the night. So it's like small beginning when you start with. The only thing which helped me was like we had a background in farming. So in the farming they
Mm,
tell the land is your mother.
yeah.
So you always love your whatever investment you are doing, everything should go towards the land. So that was a motivation for us, like us, so I would say my family, right? So me and my wife actually landed here, so it was a
Mhm.
motivation for us. So our focus was to have some sort of a piece of land, but the land doesn't work here actually.
Yeah.
So you know that, right? Raw land is
Yep.
not a value here. It's not, no, you can have a crop here and you can go rich or whatever, like have a good lifestyle, I would say. That's not a possibility. The thing you have to do is you have to add value into that. So
Yep.
then I came to know about the real estate part of it. I thought, okay, there's a lot of potential in real estate, and somebody, it's you always talk about mentorship. So
Yeah.
mentorship was really important. When I like came here, I met one of the gentlemen. He was here from last 30-40 years. He was accountant basically in his 80s. So he advised me one thing. He said like, whatever you can do, just buy a small piece of a house, whatever it, what is a
Mm.
crap in Hindi, he called me literally like a chuggi, right? Like that's a word. I'm not sure that's a Punjabi word or Hindi, right? Just buy anything you can within
Yeah.
your budget or means, right? And I took that
Mm.
advice. That's what I told you, right? I'm action taker. If somebody
Yeah.
told
Yeah.
me, I'm there to jump and just experiment. And luckily, I bought two properties,
Hmm.
and and he told me don't take any debt, no car loans, no any credit loans. I was able to, I know it, I was able to qualify. I was staying in the basement. I was renting my properties. So because
That's
basement
a
rent was
very good mentor, honestly, because a lot of people go into debt right away because it's
yes,
tiny. Like you can easily get a nice car here. And I
that's
have
the
seen
thing.
a
Like
lot of my friends, BMW, Mercedes, all different nice cars. But that's a good mentorship. I love that. Sorry.
yeah,
I got,
so that's the how it started actually. Now coming to your cars point, I believe you can buy those cars. We always talk about liabilities
yeah.
any time of your life, and nobody can reject your loan. They'll say, okay, come to us, we'll give you 5 6
Yeah.
percent. It's okay because it's their business. But having your own investment or your own home is the biggest achievement, I would say, in Canada. So I was
Yeah.
really excited. I called my parents. Okay, I got my first home in Canada. So see, it's your feelings, so
Yeah.
emotions, those little things matters. Now they were excited to come to Canada even. So those things matters. I think everyone watching this, they can relate to it. It's like happiness, the way the day you get married, the same type of happiness you have when you have your
Yeah.
own home in Canada. So
Yep.
this is what I started, and I'm so blessed. I took that advice, and those two properties made me millions. That's what I would say, millions, because it's
If you
okay.
don't mind me asking, like when was this? When did you got started into real estate? Like when did you got
As
your first property?
first property is was 2015.
So
I,
can you elaborate a little bit more on, what type of property is it? Why did you chose to buy that property?
Yes, so it's okay. So at that time, what was I was not that educated on the real estate part that I can make a decision. I was aware of duplex, no, that
Mhm.
I can
Yep.
have cash flow appreciation. I bought it for to live into that. That was
Yeah.
the first
Mhm.
decision, and the only reason I was like I have to buy a property where I don't have anybody on my back. So I wanted to
Yeah.
have a ravine property, a ravine lot,
Got it.
and
Mhm.
so that was a plus for me because when we sold it out, these are very rare properties to find with a
Wow.
ravine, nobody on backing, or it was like my ambition, but it helped me double. And we had, fortunately, we were having a walkout basement with it. So when you have a
Okay.
walkout basement, it's again a plus. So it's like
Yeah.
those properties appreciate more irrespective of the value of whatever market
And I'm
conditions.
assuming this is in GT area.
Yes, yes, yeah, GTA, right?
Yeah.
And now to your second question, the second property, it was not in GTA.
Okay.
So we moved to Vancouver.
Oh, wow. So
So
you went all the way from Toronto to Vancouver.
yes, yeah. So it was like east and west. So we had properties in both. So that's why we was always living in the basement. Still, we own two properties.
Hmm.
So that's this is how. So, but this is how it started. Those two properties. What happened to me was I was able to add values, fortunately
Mhm.
or whatever. Like I was able to add the legal suite into them,
Okay.
and because legal suites were they were not in trend now. Right now everybody
Mm.
talks about legal suite
Yeah.
because I think from maybe in Windsor also you must notice it's from last 2 3 years people are talking
Yeah,
about
pretty
it.
much like,
Yeah.
honestly, like me and my friends, we started about legal suites, talking, highlighting them. But before that, maybe hardly very few knowledgeable investors who kept for themselves.
Yes, yeah. So that's how. So we sold it, and the basement we had, it was having 4 bedrooms, and
Mhm.
it was having two full washrooms. We basically
Wow.
intentionally created 2 units into that. It was a legal one, but at least you have
Wow.
potential for second. That property, that's the I would say force appreciation. It happens. That's what
Yeah.
we educate to people right now. So
A lot
I
of
think
good
it's
points. I want to hold you there because a lot of, if someone is watching this new here, there's so many things you can learn. In a bigger city, doesn't matter which city you're in, you can buy some cash flowing, like you can add value. You have those additional units. And how much was the rent you're getting from those 2 units?
So rent was for those 2 units. I would say upstairs was not that good because I'll come back to that. What was the reason for that? It was around 2,600,
Mhm.
and
Okay.
downstairs was around 1,500.
So still
So
you're like 4,000. Wow.
yeah, so it was good. It was a legal suite overall. But
Mhm.
here I'm just going a bit off track. The
Sure.
properties were good. The same unit could have been rented higher,
Hmm.
but it's about I didn't do much of my due diligence in finding the right person to rent those property to.
Got it.
Definitely I was good. I hired a property management company, but that
Mhm.
company was not that much qualified and good enough because every time something happens they were charging double to me and I was not
Yeah.
aware of it. So that's a problem for everyone, and that property could have been rented to better tenants because we had issues. We like at one time we planned, okay, want to move back to our own home. That's like let's
Mhm.
move on, but we were not able to move in because those tenants were not good. They were paying on time, but we were not willing to vacate that property.
Yeah, that,
So
we as investors, that's a common problem we have. I think every one of us go through that challenge once, or at least once or twice in a career. I think it's
yes,
a
yeah,
learning stepping stone. So,
yeah,
fast forward, like how did you get into sales and this social media? That's what I'm
yes.
excited about.
So again, this is again once upon a time. That time was 2 years back. I heard about
Okay.
that short forms of videos are getting popular.
So you got into sales like just 2 years ago?
At sales, I would say, yeah, even around. I got licensed in September of. I was the first batch of Humber College
Oh,
to be
wow.
passed out, but
So
then
that's like literally 2.5 years ago.
yes, that's
Humber,
how it
not
was.
even Oria. Like I was with the Oria.
Yeah, so I just
Wow, man. Okay, hold on. That blows my mind. So that means you're completely still. way newer into the game. It's just two and a
Yes.
half years ago.
Yeah. So it's,
Phew.
and the point was because I was working for myself, so that
Mhm.
helped me because I had a investment background. So
Okay.
because once I started into those properties, I learned from my mistakes, and we started investing outside of GTA because affordability was a problem. So I
Mhm.
remember we started with London property market. It was like 5 years, around that 5 years mark, and this property
Mhm.
prices was around 150, 200 mark. We were getting
Yeah, yeah.
decent duplex, which were cash flowing. Like I would say 4,000 rent, and the mortgage is around $1,000. So
Yeah. So it's like
so
$2,000 cash flow.
yeah, so it was that helped us actually. So I was doing hands-on on those properties. I was doing
Mhm.
paint, all those renovations. That helped us to scale. So it helped me in my sales business. Now let
Mhm.
me go back into that. How I entered into the sales. So
Yeah,
sales is like
that's I'm curious
basically,
because you're doing well on the investing side.
so that investment thing helped me, but because when you're an investor you need good investor focused real estate agent, obviously.
Yeah.
Then only you can grab those deals, and you are the first one to be contacted when the deals comes into picture, or like in and out, because you rely on
Yeah.
investor real estate agent. But when I was working with the real estate agents, it's my story, I'm not sure what about other people. I was working across different markets, so we were in London, we were in Kitchener. So my experience with real estate agents were not good. So they I don't want to say anything bad about it, like I'm also a real estate agent, but the experience was like they say something, they do something different altogether.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
more of
Mhm.
a promises thing, and where you don't deliver to those promises. And then
Yeah.
when you work like this with an investor, I think that's a problem here, because investor need a long term relationship. It's all built on that trust and the confidence level. Then
Yeah.
I thought, okay, these people are not worthy for me. I can do better than them for me. So that's what I started about this real estate. I thought, okay, don't want to work with anyone. I'm good with what I'm doing. I want to buy my own property, sell it, flip it, what I want to do, add value into that, and move on.
Mhm.
But when you start, this is how I got licensed. And then when I started doing it, my friends and all those people, they started contacting me. You're doing good. Like you're very new to this, and then how come you are able to scale so much? Because I
Yeah.
had those backgrounds already set up. I know how to work
Mm.
with investor because I had those problems. They need that quality of service. They need the contractor relationship. They need the property
Yep.
management. They need good tenants. It's not about like one-time deal that is like property is sold out and then you moved out as a real estate agent. So
Man,
I
you're
needed,
talking my language.
yeah. So I had, because we went through that phase,
Yeah.
so I know that what is a problem, because when you are adding value to somebody, like it's everybody had the money, as money is
Yeah.
not a problem. It's about what value you are adding to the people's life. Then I started like doing helping my friends. Okay, I'll help you out. But when you help someone and you go beyond and above, it's obviously you'll get 4 to 5 referrals. It's like, I
Yeah.
think it's a gold nugget for everyone. You don't need 100 or 1,000 of your investors or clients, like first time home buyers, whatever. You just need 10 loyal people
Like,
who's
yeah.
going to refer you 40, and that chain continues.
Yeah, no,
So
that's so true. Like even when I started as an investor first, just like you, right?
mhm.
My first, like before I got my license, all my deals like are with only one realtor because she did exceptionally well. I
Yes,
was
yeah.
completely happy. I got
Mhm.
into license because for a different reason, but I was completely happy, and all my transactions were with only her.
Mhm.
So it was like, if I have one client could do like 4 or 5 transactions in 1 2 years, then there is like, if I just need like 10 of them who can do
Yes.
those kind of transactions. That I love that. So it's not like, transactional based, relationship based. That's what
Yes,
you're
it is.
doing, if my understanding. And
Yes,
that's
yeah.
the solid like that's the style of business will compound very quickly.
Definitely, definitely. That helped us actually scale on real estate. And at one time, I was basically out of business, in the sense I was not able to help my clients.
Yeah.
They wanted to work with me, and I was not available. It's like they want to see London, Kitchener, Mississauga, Brampton. They want to go to Whitby, Peterborough, all those
Wow. So
areas,
you're
and I
just
was.
like going around.
So I remember, like, it was one time, like I was not able to see my son. Like he just go to school and whatever. I was just seeing him sleeping. That's it. So then I thought it's not a more of a scalability
Yeah.
model. It's
Hmm.
it's just a, you work, you go do the deal. You're not able to scale. You don't have that lifestyle and the leverage you have.
Yep.
And that's how I thought about having a team where I
Team.
can
Yeah.
help
Mhm.
other real estate agents, and then I can pass on my work to them, and definitely I can educate them. They can provide that professional service to those clients. That's what I always tell them. It's not about how much money you're making about it. Even you are doing a lease, it's what service you're providing to them, because that
Yeah.
lease will take convert them into buying, that selling. So it's like a lifetime relationship. So
Yeah.
that this is how I started into a team, right? It's okay, I'm not getting off
No,
track,
no,
right?
no.
I'll pause here, right?
Yeah, no, that trust me, I'm enjoying the story because I don't know how many of you following this. Honestly, I can resonate to you so much, but I can see you're on steroids. Because just going from 2 years where you are from, where you are right now with the team and all those things, like and the social media, right? Like that's a huge part. I want to get in there. Before there, let's take some questions here because a lot
Yes.
of people have questions here. So let's start from. Ravinder here. How do I buy my fifth home? So maybe you can answer this question because you have multiple properties. So
No, that's a good question. I think there's no limit how many homes you can buy. As the first thing is, if somebody have to lend you money, I think that's the best part. When you like have it first property done, that's your home. When you go to second, third, that is when your real investment starts into a picture, right? So thing
yeah,
is that every lender is going to look into your affordability part, right? So how
yeah,
much you can afford? Are you able to pay that mortgage? If like even you don't, based on your previous history, that is called your credit history. This means you have four properties. This means you're already doing good. So what will happen is those properties, if it's even though they are cash flowing or whatever, you can easily offset your debts based on how much you're making out of it. Even it's, let's say even Scotia, they can go up to a portfolio of 4 million, for example, for 5 properties. You can definitely go to another bank, let's say CIBC or National Bank, try them and show your portfolio. Even the portfolio grows up to that level, you can consolidate into one of the holding company and you can move towards the commercial side of it. So I think it's all about what I felt is buying your first property, that's your home, and
yeah,
buying the first investment. That is the biggest hurdle you will have. If
yeah,
you have a right team, right network, you can there's like sky is the limit.
yeah.
So that's what I would say here.
You nailed it. I don't have anything to add to it. That's it. Like having the right team and also like like you said, going from one lender to another lender. That's
Yes.
exactly what I did. First, I was maxed out. Like I had four properties with RBC,
Yes.
and they
Yes.
said like no for fifth or sixth property. Then
Yes.
I had to find CIBC. CIBC said, okay, we'll lend you six with us, no matter what you have with other lenders. If you have 100,000 in saving or
Yes.
stocks,
Yeah. So they
so
have those options. Yeah.
every lender have a different policy. So
Criteria. Yeah.
definitely there are many lenders out there who will lend you. Love
Definitely.
it. So let's go for some more questions here. Um, Arsh, arriving in GTA in July, heard it takes 2 years to get your first home as per IT returns proof. Is it true? So you're the GTA expert. So I want you to
And
go.
I would, so the easy answer is no. So there's nothing, nobody can stop you. As Aditya was mentioning, every bank has their own criteria. We have worked with the clients where they have bought their homes within 3 to 6 months after landing in Canada.
Yeah.
Because let's say banks have the program where they have a new immigrants plans. If you are landing new, you have a job, you are starting with your credit building, they'll definitely approve your basically the mortgage. There is no issues with that.
Hmm.
So I think that's somebody told you wrong information on that.
Maybe I'll
You
add
can, yeah.
another question to
Yeah.
it. Are you on permanent residency or work
Yes,
permit?
definitely. Yeah, that's it.
So what if you're on work permit?
Yeah, so work permit, obviously, you know what happened on 30th
Yeah.
of March. So you're already
Uh,
out of Ontario's market,
yeah.
and so you cannot qualify. You can qualify, obviously, but you have to pay 20% tax
Maybe
for environment.
pre-construction. How about the pre-construction solution for someone who is coming on work permit, but they know that they're
Yes.
going to get their work permit in PR in 2 years or 3 years?
Definitely, that's a another a smart way of I would say doing it. And in today's market, we had offers where the builders we had a deal done where we are just doing 5% down payment. So I think
Yeah.
that's a good deal for them. Somebody who want to enter, and the closing in, let's say, 5 years down the line. Irrespective of the market, whatever market conditions you are, it's going to go up, and your conditions will improve. Maybe you are on work permit, your status, maybe you are on PR, or you have more savings. So I think that's a good point to add here, Aditya. Yeah.
Yeah, love that. So here, hey, I'm Shabrar. Sorry, I cannot pronounce this. From Ludhiana, Punjab. I don't know, maybe close to your neighbor.
Yes.
So after my 12th grade in India, can I come up to Canada for real estate course, and can I get the license in my work permit? I mean, before my PR. Um, yeah, I believe yes, because my cousin, he's on work permit right now, and he got his license in Ontario. Unless if you have anything to add, maybe one thing I don't know is he's asking if he can come to Canada with the real estate course.
So that's an interesting thing, actually. I haven't um, uh, looked into that scope. Maybe graduation, I think they
I
need the
don't
minimum.
think so, because I don't
Yeah.
think he can get study permit, because it's not like a 2 years course, or to
Yes.
get
One
work
year.
permit. Probably, I think your best bet is to get a 2 years course, whatever the course that related to your field, what you're currently in, get your study visa, and then once you finish your studies, then get your real estate license, because real estate is only like 3-4 months course. So you won't get work visa, because you need the work visa. If you're getting the study visa is not what matters. Getting the work visa and then getting PR is what you're looking for, right? So get the work visa, and when you're on work permit, sure, you can get the license and you can work if it's an open work permit. So if you're going through the studies, you'll get the open work permit.
Aditya, do you have any other subsidiary on immigration? It looks like.
No, 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 no. Because you know what?
Study visa, work visa.
Because I came as a student. That's how I
Yes,
know.
yeah. That's good.
I'm as a student, and so many people. Right now, I'm trying to get my sister here.
Okay.
And we tried a work visa, didn't happen. Now we are trying study visa. So that's why I know a lot of things. But no,
Okay.
but if someone is an immigrant who wants to partner up with me, I'm
Yeah,
open.
that's what. How quickly I can get PR in Canada? That will be my
Yeah,
next question.
we can do some marketing in that area. But yeah, that's a good one. Can you describe steps how a person should enter into real estate? I'm a student who wants to do MS in Canada, then enter into real estate. Maybe I will let you answer on this. How should someone enter into real estate?
See, I always say when you enter into real estate, the first thing is forget about education, affordability, approvals, and all those things. The first thing is you need to have that mindset. You need to have a growth mindset, and you need to understand the Canadian economy. Canadian economy is driven by real estate. So, because if one real estate transaction happen, it brings food on table of I think more than 100 people. You need to
Yeah,
understand even the city getting paid from land transfer tax. City pays those notary guys. The lawyer is getting paid. Mortgage agents are real estate agents, inspectors, appraisals, contractors. No home insurance. So many factors involved. So if the first the thing is it's okay you want to buy, I would suggest you it's okay whatever you're doing investment, dream of your first home. It will be your prime residence, because if you talk to anybody who landed in Canada, half of their pay is going into what paying rent.
yeah,
That's no way they are not able to scale, because 2000 they are paying a rent. Yesterday I like one guy he's new here. No, not new actually, he came 4 years back, but he came to me like he want to buy his first home. Then I explained him he's paying 2000 rent, and he have been here from last 4 years. 2000 means $24,000 per year, and if you multiply by 4, this is more than 100,000 have already paid at a rent, and he's already have the saving, but he's not taking the action. So
yeah,
that's a big problem here. A lot of people, I think that they're like the people who are on the live chat or people will see this video, they have the money, they have the right environment, but they're not taking the action. It's about their mindset.
yeah,
They're always listening to their aunts and uncle who came 30-40 years back, and then they themselves have 4 or 5 properties, and they take advice from them. Who's going to educate them? Oh, no, no, market is too high, don't buy now, it's going to crash. So that
yeah.
even so, if that's negativity or everywhere, even the media is pushing that into
A
people's
lot.
mind. Yeah, so you know that it's the right time to buy, and irrespective whether you are high or low, when you are buying your home, you are not paying for somebody else rent. You are paying towards your down payment, or like the mortgage payment are going for your, like you're decreasing it day by day,
Yep,
irrespective whether you have any appreciation, cash flow. Forget about those investment terminologies. You need to understand the basics. This is
yep.
your biggest investment. You are putting money every month towards reducing your debts. So that's the biggest thing. It's, I would say it's action is a problem. It's not about any type of qualification. You need the right team, right mindset, right attitude and network to excel in real estate. Yeah, I hope
Yeah.
it answered that
No,
question.
love the advice. I know,
Yeah.
honestly, I agree with you 1000%. Again, every market provide opportunities,
Yes, it is.
and also like if like you mentioned earlier, the creative solutions, you found your first property with value adding. You are
Yes.
improved the property, added a unit. You can do that over the time, so you're increasing your property value as well, and you have some extra income too. If you are
Yes.
renting your basement, you have another unit
Yes.
or two units, so now maybe you can even reduce your rent, your expense, but also by owning it. And at the end, in a long term, that doesn't matter. Like we all know, over a period of 5, 10, 20 years, exactly,
Yes.
even if the market doesn't go up, at least your mortgage got paid down in
Yes.
20 years.
And you are paying for your own property. You're not paying for someone else's
Exactly.
property. And
Yeah.
so that's,
Yeah,
yeah.
love that. It's all mindset. I agree 1000%. And a couple of your fans saying, best realtor Mandeep, and Mandeep is a gem person, always have the best advice. And I agree, best advice and honest advice. That's very important. And that's why I wanted to have you on the channel. I've been asking you for a while
Thank
now.
you. Thank you, Aditya. Thanks a lot. I was a
Yeah.
bit hesitant, I know, right? I haven't done any live. And
Yeah, but
I
again,
told you before also. So no, it's
y-
so far it's good. Yeah, I like it.
yeah, at the end, it's a common community. A lot of our people who are, most of the people who are watching this are, immigrants like us,
Yes, yes.
and not, like you mentioned, they're getting advice from their uncle and all these things, but they're not getting advice from the people who are doing and doing really well.
Professionals. Yes,
That's
yes.
exactly why I want to have this conversation. And that's exactly, if you're watching this, any questions, like like our friend just asked, ask any questions you have. Let us know in the comments. We'll do our best to respond to all of them. Moving on to the next question here. What do you think the real estate market will bottom based on previous corrections? Yeah, so I'll just add to that, because you're in GTA market, right? So what do you think going on in GTA market, and what's your projections?
So I would say nobody can time the market. It's
Mhm.
like you can't say I bought at the exact dip and then I like sold at the exact peak. You never know when you have the at the bottom. You don't know when you're at the top. You realize it when the property started going up. Now the
Yeah.
what you need to understand is, even you are like an investor or your first time home buyer, real estate is a buy and hold, and it's a long term game. So if you have to see the projections, what was happening irrespective. We know what happened last 2 years. It was unprecedented time. Nobody thought like COVID will came, like, or there will be a lot of printing of the money. Government will give loan to people, like, and the prices will go up, interest rates will be a historical low. That was not the market how it was in even Canada. The flat rate is like 9-10% appreciation based on the inflation. That's how it happens. Even right now, if you say you need to even the market, there is a correction. What prices in GTA market, if you see like a semi detached which was like selling even for 1.6, a lot of news were happening, like 1 point, right, 1.4 or 1.3, they are around what, 1.1 million. Still
Hmm.
they are up from last year. So
Yeah.
square footage, you need to calculate the square foot price. If it was 750 per square feet, like it's now 650 now. And you
Okay.
need to see like
So
the
like give or take a 20% drop in the market.
yes, so that's there, right? It's a correction, and I would say that is good for the economy
Yeah.
in the long run, because a lot of people were not able to afford, and people were getting crazy. They're fine putting 40 offers on a property which even they can't afford it. They're
Yeah.
just buying in that craziness, in that emotion dilemma. That's not good sign in the long term for any economy. If somebody goes like this, it's definitely going to fall. If you're like running on your stairs, you're taking 2 steps at a time, it's going to hurt your knees. You might fall down. The same happens to the real estate. It's
Yeah.
like slow and steady growth is okay. So now that's what is happening. It's what I feel is this curve is going to flatten out. The reason being, the construction cost is not coming down. You need to understand it.
Mm.
Call any of the contractors nearby. They'll tell you there is again a shortage of material that they'll sell you, and the Home Depot prices are already 2x. Whatever, like when you go to the
Yeah.
general stores of material, you'll see that. So that you need to understand, when the new builds are coming in the market, the prices are still intact. The reason being, builders, because we build ourselves, we know that we cannot reduce the price. It's still at that level, because the pay package of the contractors are not coming down, material is not coming down, and the approval process is still take 5 years. Even the
Yeah.
development charges are still at 200, 300 thousands, which goes to the government. How come they can reduce that money? So there's no way these things can come down. Definitely, the correction might will be there, because we can see the inflation is already 7%. So that's the reason, because government is now in a panic mode. They were not in a panic mode when they were printing money and
Yeah.
distributing to the people. They have to have a long-term vision. So it's this. I would say it's not. It's at one time it's going to stabilize, and it depends on your scenario. To your question, what was like, how the real estate market depends. Are you buying the property or you're selling it? and and I would say good things happens slowly, right? So you need to be patient what you're trying to achieve and do with a real estate. Like right now, are you buying it or selling? That should be the our question on that. Then we can suggest which way it should go, right? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, makes sense. And for someone like a common question I used to get, like especially like Sandeep, who is asking, will the market bottom base or based on the correction like right now? Um, I will just add on to it, like if they're first time home buyers, they've been waiting for a while now. They
Yes.
want to buy a house, but now they're scared because they're seeing that the interest rates are going up. So, what is your advice for someone like that?
Definitely. So I would say you need to consider, end of the day, if interest and the price have the inverse relationship, you know that, right? So
Yeah.
interest rates goes up, obviously prices are going to impact, because it's about the affordability. Even the 0.5% increase is there. If you try to calculate, the prices will depreciate based on that. End of the day, your mortgage will always be the same. What is
Yeah.
coming out of your pocket as a first time home buyers will be same. So that is, I would say, that is an opportunity for you to capitalize that, because now obviously your down payment will decrease. If like you're planning to buy $1 million property in GTA, I'm just taking a reference. If
Mm.
the same property you're getting for 800,000, this means if you're doing 10% down, you're already paying 80,000. It's not 100,000. You are already saving on that down payment. It's an
Yeah.
opportunity for you. And
Yeah.
somebody, let's say, I just want to add on here, somebody who wants to upgrade here, I would say it's a great opportunity, because if they're selling a townhome, if the
Mhm.
town, let's say there's a 5% hypothetical correction on
Yeah.
property prices.
Mhm.
They sold their townhome for 800,000. 5% means there's a 40,000
Yeah.
less, but they're
Mhm.
buying a detached home. Detached homes, like, let's, for example, it's $1 million. Like, it's not a
Yeah.
million, but that's hypothetical. It's a 5%. This means 50,000. So here they what they sold the property 40,000 less, and they bought a property 50,000 less. So you need to
Yeah.
understand the math. Like, there's a 10,000 gap already for you. It's direct. You're not paying out of your pocket. You're saving in the long run. So it's an option for you when you're planning to upgrade yourself also. So that's what I would say here.
Yeah, I love that. So true. Again, at the end, what's your end goal, right? Like, and at that moment, if you have all the ducks are in your row, and this is the time where you can bargain some prices too,
Yes,
on top
yes,
of
it's an
the
opportunity. Yeah,
values, that's another good opportunity because, all these years we've been waiting to bargain. And now the bargain is here, and now you're waiting to see what's going to
yeah,
happen
setting
in
of
the
the
next 2 months, 3 months, because we don't know what's going to happen down the road. I mean, the projections is like the interest rates can go up for another further
yes,
1%,
definitely.
2%, and that
Hmm.
means the prices can go down further. But like you mentioned, we don't know how far they can go down. At least right
Definitely.
now, if you can negotiate, bargain a good price, and if you can get actually the right property that you've been looking for, because all these years you don't have no option. You're just literally
Buying, yeah.
buying what you can get, but now you can actually get what you want. So it's a very different timing. um, I love the question. So moving on to another question that I want to ask before I go continue, because there is more questions, a lot of questions here. So
That's good.
before I get to those questions, um, so how did you get into the social media?
So that's a good thing, right? So I heard about that. So what I was talking before, I heard about that. So short form of videos are getting popular. At
Mhm.
that time, TikTok was coming up, and I thought, okay, why not try that platform? I was like, it was around like in the night, right? My son was sleeping. I was going through it. They said like TikTok is really getting popular, and I what I did, I had one video where we were
Mhm.
planning to buy some car. I had that video. I just had in my phone, right? I just uploaded it like that.
Oh,
So I
just
just
at the
yeah, I
night.
just yeah, so that's it. I just added a background music, and then I just, okay, that's let's upload, and then it got viewership, right? I thought, okay, that's interesting. A lot of people are watching it, and then when you see some results so quick, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
so it's a motivating for you. Why not let me try? Because like YouTube, it takes time. You
yeah,
establish slowly. Once you go, I think the 500 or 1,000 mark, it just compound. But
yeah.
initially, it takes time. I was very excited when I had like 100 followers on YouTube, right? So, oh my God, 100, right? So now this platform there work differently, because what is happening right now? Then and then after that I started posted regularly. I was posting. What I realized that people need education plus entertainment.
Yeah,
So
quickly.
they want like 3 4 5 seconds, because they are busy in the work and they are always scrolling like this. So
Hmm.
they need something. Most of the people are spending 2 to 3 hours of their work or the time on the phone. Even the work, they just scroll. So that's what I thought, like that's an opportunity. I thought like let me mix my education style. I want to educate everyone how they can invest, buy, or like do renovation or land, whatever, and add a flavor of entertainment and like a good
Hmm.
music. This is how it started. And then once TikTok was doing good, let me focus on Instagram. We went on that. So I think that's like that. Now it's a story. I never thought I'll have more than 100,000 follower on TikTok, or even on Instagram like
And man,
50,000.
you're so consistent. Like I cannot keep up with you. I see that you get like one post a day.
Yes, yeah. So what happened? We used to do two posts a day before. I think last
Wow.
2 3 months we reduced it, because we are focused more on YouTube now. We
Okay.
recently started creating more YouTube content, right? So
Mhm.
I thought like let's to be global, because what I felt is from experience. People come from different platforms. Somebody was telling, I saw your video on LinkedIn and I was like motivated to know what you do, and then let's buy the home, right? Oh my God,
Yeah.
I thought LinkedIn is working too, right? So that's, you never know which way the thing can happen. So that's
Yeah.
all. So we want to be consistent on all those platforms, and I enjoy it actually. It's
So, my question to you, this is like my personal challenge, right? How do you come up with this content?
so it's very natural to me actually. That's what I feel. Some people are born talented. I won't say touch wood, right? So what happened in, I think in when the YouTube was coming up, at that time I asked one my friend, right? I want to my mindset more of a teaching, right? I would say
Mhm. Yeah.
educating people. So I
Mhm.
like, people are there, I tell them this is a new, they feel, oh wow. And then what he told me, there's a YouTube is coming up at that time, that YouTube is some new technology coming up. Why don't you want to try that? What I did at that time, I Google it out something. I had my screen recorder, and then I
Mhm.
created a couple of educating videos. It was way back, I think 2008 or 9, something like that.
Mhm.
So and I learned from them. And then what I did after that, I created a funny video channel on YouTube.
Okay.
So some people, I'm not sure, it's digged somewhere, right, in YouTube. If you try to Google, I'm not sure. So I tried to created funny videos, or just some uh, I'm not entertainment stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And it was
Mhm.
just for my passion. I said like wherever I'm going, I'll just create something. And then I was editing myself. What I learned from that helped me in my social media platform here, because
Hmm.
those I had those experiences, that backgrounds. I can think more of a director mindset that helped me. So definitely, and right now I'm not editing my videos because it's like too much work for me.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm more focused on the production side of it, and those ideas are very natural to me. Whenever I'm talking to you, or when I see some actions happening around me, I can
Mhm.
from there I can relate, because right now I was at one of our construction site, and I saw, okay, those sewer lines was getting, I thought like, why normal people don't know where this storm water goes.
Yeah.
They don't know about it. Like, let me enter. I went like, I think 10 feet deep. I looked into that. I created a video of it. I think that got 200 or something, 300
Yeah, yeah,
views.
yeah.
So oh my god, that's this is how it happens, right? So
No, I love that because you took the opportunity and also you went all in. You're doing completely like so like other than the social media, the organic stuff. Do you do any paid versions like Facebook or different like Facebook ads or Google ads? Anything else for your business?
we haven't tried much, because what we felt is a lot of our stuff is happening organically. So the
Hmm.
people, they start liking you, they build that trust, and that they know that this guy can deliver us with a confidence, and he is the person to work with. So that's
Yep.
what even that's working. I tried once like a Facebook ad. We had like 33 leads, and none of them got
Yes.
converted. Oh my
Yeah.
god, that's like
Same
$100.
experience. And it's more relatability, right? Like for I don't know you personally, but I can feel you, like I know you from a while. And I get
Yeah.
the same comments. I'm sure you get the same comments from a lot of people, right? Because
Mhm.
you're in front of their face. Like if I open my phone, I bet you'll be there. So
So
again,
yeah.
that's a consistency, and being educating, entertaining, and also professional.
Yes, so that helped her actually. That's what we are educating our team also, how to be good on social media platform. Definitely, it's not a one day thing. It took
Mhm.
us 2 years to be at that level, and we are still improvising. We are just trying to improvise our quality. If you see our previous videos, it was done on phone, whatever. Now we are
Yeah,
just doing on camera, so it takes time. And definitely, I would say if somebody have to start, forget about quality. People say quality, it's okay. I would say focus on quantity. Let
yeah,
have those things, because as you grow in your experience, it's again like Aditya, remember doing our first deal, real estate deal,
yeah.
like we were like worried, sweating and all those things. And
Am I
now
doing
after
the
doing,
right thing?
yeah, whatever, right? So it's like I'm not sure about venture, we had like $1 million deals here. So
Yeah,
like
when
somebody
I
is
started, it
trusting
was
you.
$100, hundred
Yeah,
thousand.
so yeah, so it's okay for your deal, but if you're helping someone else, like what I felt is I'm not that doing that much due diligence on my own deals. I'm
Yeah,
doing more extra due diligence on other people, because they trusted you with their $1 million and the
yeah,
largest investment of their life. You cannot go wrong here. So you
yeah,
need to take extra caution. So I remember like doing that deal. So it's a consistently basically doing first
yeah,
video. Now I can see I did my first live. Definitely would love to do more. And this is how it happens. It's all
yeah,
about taking your first action.
yeah.
Sometime you take that action, somebody is pushing you or somebody asking you, and you just say yes, and it just happens. It just went with the flow. This is what is life is actually.
Yeah, so for someone who is starting like completely new, a realtor, wanna get into this social media, what would you idea? What is your one word advice for them?
As we already talked, consistency, and I would say just uh, keep your camera in front of you and just record 10 videos. I know your 10th video will be the best.
Hmm.
And it's and then start posting that regularly. Forget about what people are saying. I know word is full of those 95% negative people. I always tell like the social media, the people who come to me, that they are like a crab, right? Right, if you go to
Yeah,
Chinese store, they have the
yeah,
crabs in their bucket, and then they have 10 crabs, and
yeah,
those crabs have big legs, they can easily come out of that bucket. But
yeah,
when one crab start to crawl, the other crab pulls his leg. That is the biggest problem with I'm not sure it's with everyone. A lot of people will try
yeah,
to pull you down. Forget about that, what people are saying about you. It's about your life. I don't care what others are saying about it.
yeah.
If you like it, you love it, just go for it.
Yeah,
Nobody can stop you.
that's so true. I
Yeah.
agree with you 1000%, because the crab concept, it's actually, even the people who are pulling you back, they don't know it. They're not doing consciously. They're doing subconsciously without knowingly. That includes even our own parents, right? My
Hmm.
mom and dad sometimes says, "Why are you so mad about making this much money?
Yeah,
Why do you want to
so
make
many
that much money?
properties, why?
Yeah, why do you want to still
Big
work?
team, no? Why
Yeah."
you're ambitious? Yeah.
I'm like, if my own parents cannot understand what I'm passionate about,
Hmm.
this is not just about money, right? Like, you do the videos every day. That's not just about money.
Happiness, right? It's
It's
internal. I feel
exactly the,
they
the
pride in
fulfillment
it.
that you get when someone says, man, like today I was grabbing a coffee from Tim Hortons, and the guy from Windows says, oh, you're Aditya, right? I
Oh
saw
my
your video
God.
yesterday.
Yes.
Man, you're doing good job. Thank you. Congratulations. I'm like, someone at the window and saying, I'm doing a good job. Like, so there
Yes.
will be handful of people will appreciate your
Definitely.
work and will
Yes.
follow you. That's all matters for you.
And what I felt is, as you do consistently, you're doing those 95% will be in your turn, in your favor.
Yep.
They said, okay, you can't stop this guy. This guy, it's okay. I'll just follow it. It's okay. Or I forgot about it.
Yeah.
So I would say it's just go ahead with that. Whatever you can do, just and what I felt from my experience is when I see somebody like very successful, I say if this guy can do it, why not I can do it? If
Yeah.
Mandeep can do it, Aditya can do it, why can't you do it?
Yeah.
it's
Exactly.
it's,
Yeah.
it's just taking that action.
Love that, man. So let's so we got another 7 minutes here. I know you're
Okay.
busy. You got to sell more properties there and do a lot of videos. So let me quickly jump on some questions here, because people have
Definitely.
some really good questions,
Yes.
along with a lot of appreciations on you, like a lot of good words about you. So let
That's
me Rahul Verma, can I fulfill the 1% rule of for rental properties as of now? Is it almost very rare to find a good, affordable property? Can you produce rental income according to 1% rule?
So I would say the possibility is that there are two things you need to realize. If you are in looking very close to GTA, for example, that's like it's like New York, right?
Yep.
Same as in GTA. Same if you go to any downtown, the same will happen. The
Yep.
only thing is you might not be able to fulfill that cash flow thing, but you will be able to fulfill that appreciation. You need to create a balance here. The
Yeah.
properties, irrespective of the market, if you are at that center, the powerhouse, that is like, for example, Toronto, will be impacted less because of opportunities, immigrations, jobs, and all those things. But the peripheral properties like 200, 300, 400 kilometers will be impacted more. So it's a balance. Now let's say you want really you want to focus on the cash flow. Definitely then you want to move out of GTA, or you need to be very creative with the properties you are doing. Let's say even in GTA you might try to do Airbnb, right? Something like that, or like a duplex, or people do like room rentals. We don't suggest that, but that's one way of doing it. Another way is just drive around 200 kilometers and see those communities where you see the net migration happening, where you see the transportation system, where you see college and universities, where you see the hospitals, Walmarts, Costco's, highways. Those are the signs that, okay, people are moving in, there are job opportunities. You need to grab those properties and move in there. Definitely you'll find those 1% rules. I don't stick to any rules, but those properties will definitely cash flow.
Yeah.
Those numbers
That's a
will
good
make
word.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, 1% is a BS in my opinion, by
Yes.
created
Yeah.
by someone, because
Yes,
what
it's
if
just
you
a
have
theory.
1%, but the all 1% is expenses. You have
Yes.
baseboard heating, you are paying for utilities, all those things.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm a cash flow guy. I even
Yes.
have a cash flow calculator. If anyone wants that calculator,
Yes.
let me know in the comments. I'll have my team to pin that in the comments. But yeah, I love the answer. You gotta hustle, you gotta drive, you gotta find out. And those
Definitely.
the stats you mentioned, love that. Honestly,
Yes.
that's exactly what anyone who wants to get into those, like, is this city a good city for me or not?
Yes. Yeah.
Are people moving in, more jobs, right, shopping malls, colleges, and all those things. The metrics are really crucial.
Yes. Yes.
Jitin, I have landed in Toronto in April, got a contract job 13 months in May with a reputed MNC company. I have been able to buy my first property with 5% down in, will I be able to buy my first property in next 5 months? Maybe the same question.
Yes, yeah. So it's similar. The only thing is we need to structure it a bit creatively because he's self-employed here. And some of the lenders will say we need the 2-year history for that corporations because he's working on corporations, right? So
Yeah.
definitely we can talk offline about that. So that's definitely
Yeah,
doable.
so that's what I was just about to ask. Like, if someone, because you guys are really expert in GT area. What's the best contact number and email address or something that we people can reach out to you and your team?
Definitely. Aditya, do you have like a
Yeah.
note here or something like
Yeah, so
that?
I'm going to ask my assistant to put that. Amy, I
That'll be
think you
great.
have Mandip's contact info there. Make sure to put, of course, we'll include the Instagram links anyways, but we'll put it in the description. So check out the description. You'll see them in there.
Definitely. Thank you, Aditya.
Perfect. And let me see. There are a lot more questions. Let's see if I want to find something that was not asked. Can you
Okay.
suggest about diploma? No, I don't want to talk about that. Love working with the Desi. Is Desi is your last name, or is it the name that you included just because you're Desi?
Yeah, that's a good one, right? Some people like say they see something Desai, right? So they make their own names.
So
Yeah,
it's your
that's
last name?
no, that's yeah, that's my last time, right? Desi,
Nice.
right? So it's
I
very
love that.
relating, right?
Yeah, it's
Maybe.
great. For some reason in the beginning I thought it's the name you added, like it has a
Yeah,
Desi.
intentional, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a good
yeah.
one, right? Maybe SEO thing. That's what you'd say.
Yeah. Let me see. Harsh added more. Oops, sorry. My team added your contact info there. Let me put that
That's
again once again. Amy put that. So, guys, you can follow Mandeep Desai. I don't want to butcher, man. Tell me how
yeah,
the
that's
how
okay.
you pronounce.
It's Desi. It's more
Desi.
of a
Okay, perfect.
Punjabi, right? So that's right. That's very smooth, right? So
Okay. So I'm calling it right then, Desi.
Yeah, that's okay. That's fine. Yeah.
Okay,
You're
perfect. So
exceptional,
there you
right?
go. You guys got the contact website and email address and IG. So make sure to follow because a lot of good advice and a lot of market updates. Also, I see like about real estate, GTA, construction and a lot of things. So let me quickly look at one more quick question. So
Yes.
great chat here. We got another quick question here. When each of you start with social media, was there a time when you were demotivated and you felt like quitting since so much of traction? How did you handle with it? I want you to start with this.
So definitely, I think uh, in your life you'll have those situations where you feel like quitting. So irrespective whichever profession you are, whichever like even a doctor, even you are doing trucking or whatever it happens in your life. So but it's all about your motivation which keeps you like alive. Basically it's your breathe. Once it like you need that oxygen to breathe in. You can quit those things for some time but then you'll come back to you. But the only thing which I felt was I had a very motivating environment. So I remember I was sitting not talking to my wife. No, she's always motivating. My family is always there. That's the first thing. Second thing, I was like I had like very like my network is very, I'm not I would say I don't have a big network here. Like I don't mingle with so many people. It's like only like a very limited people I have access to. So I was sitting with my lawyer, right? And he saw my video and he said, okay, you started with this, you are doing good. But then I explained this situation that there are a lot of people who is putting negative comments and all those things. They said like, oh, what this guy is doing, he don't know how to pronounce it, he don't know how to speak, he should make videos in Punjabi, go back to India and all those things, right? they,
Yeah.
he explained me those people who are putting comments on you, once at one level they'll be your the biggest fan.
Mm.
Remember, I still remember those words. Now I can completely, I know, I relate to that. When I have new people coming to my channel, whatever, they put those negative comments and all those things, and I don't care. Even I don't read them. I don't have a time like that. Like literally I say I post the video, I don't watch my videos also, like is it like posted or not. I don't have that time. So I don't have time those for those negative things who is pulling you down. So it's like one time the phase will happen, but once you are beyond that, those things will sound irrelevant to you.
Yeah.
So that's what I would say.
I'll just add on to that. Actually, I did face that. Even like
Yes.
once. This is like 2 3 years ago. On one of my video on Facebook, like it's actually Indian guy.
Yes.
I don't remember the name, but pretty sure like he's a brown guy, like Indian. I don't know if he born and raised here or somewhere. Not a personal connection, nothing. Just came from social media, and this guy posts like, "You guys have to go back to your country. You're bringing
See.
like so much negativity." And I'll be honest, like I was completely mm, demotivated. Like I was
Hmm.
actually, what the fuck, how, what did I do wrong? I started to
Hmm.
question myself. And actually I have a very good friend. She was my client at that point, and
Okay.
she's a white girl. She jumped on him like completely with a shoot of like explaining, what do you think is this guy is doing? Like,
Hmm.
what this guy did, this, and it was a solid beneficial for. And that was like after seeing that response, I couldn't
See
even
how.
respond to that comment, right?
Yeah.
Man, thank God, like someone is standing on my behalf, because
Hmm.
if you do good, like obviously it will take time to come back to you, but it will come back. So
Hmm.
those are the scenarios where. And also like 1.5 year after into the business, like I started to get like so much business and I couldn't handle.
Yes.
And people expect you to call in the night time, and I couldn't, like my brain get fucked up after 8 p.m., 9 p.m. I
Yes.
couldn't think properly, so I just put my phone in do not disturb mode. I respond after 10 a.m. next day. And that's
Hmm.
what I started to do. And some people used to almost get so emotional. What do you mean, like you're a realtor, you should answer anytime?
So
I'm a
we
human being.
realtors have life, man. These are
Yeah.
professionals.
Uh,
So you work 9 to 5 and you expect people to call you at 9 p.m.
Exactly. And once in a while, and that just became very normal for few days, a
Hmm.
few weeks. That's when like I found a good mentor, and she was like telling me,
Yes.
no, 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 calm down. You just be strict on your times, because that's your
Yes.
time. And I'm working
Yes.
12 hours. Call me
Hmm.
in that freaking 12 hours. Don't call
Definitely.
me
So
after this time. So when you stick to your guts, eventually that's fall in place. Like, yeah, because we all have the low times, but we just need to
definitely.
find those, like you said, right people,
Yeah,
people
it's
who
only
we can.
1% people we need. We don't care about what those
Yeah,
90% people are
yeah,
doing to you. So yeah,
yeah, man.
it's a good
So
question. I
again,
would say it's yeah, it's a good
yeah.
question, right?
Yeah, very good question. So,
Yeah,
and I know, I really enjoyed this chat. I think, definitely I want to have you back again,
definitely.
because this is like, more kind of similar background people, coming with the same kind of struggles, maybe in a different forms. So we can talk a lot, but guys,
Definitely.
whoever joined, thank you so much for, being very natural act, constantly engaging and asking your questions, and keep those questions coming in on my channel and on Desi's channel. Go check out his Instagram. And if you need any help in GT, I know, I don't know any best person than you. So reach out to him. Uh, Mandeep, thank you so much, brother.
Thanks, Aditya.
Definitely.
It's much a pleasure, and it's like a very, entertaining, educating, I would say, talking to you, and such a nice conversation, such a nice audience you have, and would love to repeat this. Maybe we'll try, Instagram live next time.
Oh
I
yeah,
think
I
it's
love
very,
to.
yeah, it's very motivating, having those discussions. And
Yeah,
we have so many things to talk about, I know, right? And a lot of people have
yeah,
those questions. They have that mindset, and they just need that action, that motivation. It's just taking the dive. That's it. That's
yeah.
what they
Just
need.
that little push.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah,
good,
so
good to
we'll
have.
definitely, catch up on the Instagram. I would love to. Let me know when when you would like to do.
Yes,
Instagram is now, your audience can see, my audience can see. That would be even
and then that'll be good, right? So
a
yeah,
lot
it's
more
good to
fun.
know. Let's plan it out, right? Some offline, and then we can discuss more
Sure.
about it, right? Thanks,
Sounds
thanks,
good.
Aditya, and thanks the whole team, bringing this all together. Thank you,
Yeah,
and
no,
it's
thank you so much.
all because of your actions we are here. Thank you.
There you go. So take some
Okay,
actions. You'll get close to your freedom,
okay,
financial freedom lives that you want. So
okay. Namaskara. Thank you.